Kurinji Senior Secondary School, CBSE, Namakkal.
Successful result producing school in state every year.
Administered by the Board of Directors with over 35 years of experience in the teaching field.
Special attention on art, craft, music, dance, silambam, yoga, skating and karate.
Focus on Hindi Sabha and Spell Bee Olympiad exams.
Smart class for effective and innovative learning and well-furnished library.
Solitary importance on sports and games in state and national level.
WhatsApp facilities to know activities of students and school inside the campus.
NEET, JEE, IIT coaching experts from Rajasthan and Andhra Pradesh along with our effective teachers.
Admission registration for classes LKG to +2.
Kurinji Educational Institution, Kavetipatti, Namakkal. Admission in progress. CBSE, KG to 12, contact 9025895176. Metric 6 to 12, contact 9344567484. For online admission, log on to www.kurinjischoolnkl.in.
Hi students, good morning. Today we are going with a new chapter in the 12th standard. The chapter name is Principles of Inheritance and Variation. Already this chapter here we partition into the two parts. Some of the beginning topics it's discussed with our NRJ sir. Then I will start with the sexual determination onwards. Before starting about the sexual determination, I want to give some of the introduction about this chapter, significance, and what are the sequence steps we want to learn in this chapter. That and all I will give the clarity to you. Let me start today video session. Sinana, first the title information I will say, Principles of Inheritance and Variation. We know the definitions about the inheritance and variation. What is the sequence of this chapter? In our first chapter, reproduction in organisms. Here that it tells about each and every living organism having a basic characteristics. It can able to lead their life, their own self. Before completion of their life, it want to produce of their offsprings. That is a continuation of the race of that organism. That is a plant or maybe animals, whatever it is. Living thing, basic characteristic is one of that reproduction. So that is the first thing. Then reproduction in flowering plants. That discussed by the NRJ sir. Then human reproduction. In the human reproduction, in our body, what are the reproductive organs are there, that we learn. And then reproductive related some of the diseases, what are the misconceptions present in our society. For maintenance of the healthy society wise, we learned about reproductive health. Okay, right. Here students are got some question and some dilemmatic situations basing on the subject wise. Sir, here amoeba also can reproduce and human being also reproducing. Amoeba wise, when the amoeba onwards, daughter amoebas are producing time, the daughter and amoebas are also similar to parental amoeba. There is no any variation. And then but in human beings or in plants, what are the new offsprings are generated by the forefathers or parents onwards, a lot of variation is there. Reason you are all are very well known in the 10th standard, and then our previous concepts, chapter concepts wise you learned. Here sexual reproduction is advanced than the asexual reproduction. Here sexual reproduction, it gives the chance for recombination. By the recombination, what it will happen, sir? Variation will be chances. So this is the time I will give the general explanation about one example. Here I am arising from my parents onwards. If you seen my parents with mine, you can get some of the similarities. Maybe my forehead is similar to my father. Okay, or else my hands are similar with my father. But all my characteristics are not yet similar with my father. Something variation. Eyes may be my mother. So combination of my mother and father characteristics, and then a new characteristics also will be chances. So here a characteristics transforming the one generation to another generation, the process we call as a inheritance. And then at the time of the transforming of the characteristics one generation to another generation, it must be show something variation by the sexual reproduction. So variation it will be giving to the chance for evolution of the new species. Now I will tell continuation of this chapter. Next after completion of these principles of inheritance and variation, we want to discuss about the evolution. Board wise also we discussed. So this variation only leads to the evolution. Maybe after thousands of years, human being organism onwards, something a new organism will be differ. New organism will be evaluated. Okay, maybe up to our lifespan. Okay, our lifespan means not only ours. Okay, total human being lifespan. Okay, maybe 1000 years or maybe 2000 years after human being onwards, a new individual, new type of organism may be evaluated, will be evaluated. Okay, we can't say. Based on that only, several evolutionary processes are happened in our ecosystems or in the universe. So that is a theme of our chapter. So each and every chapter of the 12th standard, it is a interlink, connection is there. So principles of inheritance and variation, this chapter will give to some of the introduction about already what happened in the earliest years and who are the proposing personalities, for that proposing wise what they did, these and all. So I think so you got the concept about Mendel laws. In 10th standard also you learned about this one, Mendel law of inheritance. Mendel is a father of genetics. Mendel is a father of genetics. He did lot of works on that Pisum sativum plant. He proposed the several theories. He gave some clarity about our genetics. Nothing but these inheritance and variation combinedly we can able to say under keeping in the one biological branch, that is a genetics. So on that Mendel experimental time, he did two experiments more popular, that is a one gene inheritance and then a two gene inheritance of the two gene, monohybrid cross and dihybrid cross. Already these concepts also you learned. And then sometimes what is given by the theories by the Mendel laws, that theories are not applicable to the all the time. Monohybrid cross, dihybrid cross will explain by the three statements, three laws. One is a dominant theory, another one is a segregation, law of segregation, next one law of independent assortment. These are the three laws given by the Mendel, correct now? But what he said means all these three laws are explained and all the situation. But unfortunately that three laws are not yet applicable to all the situation. So something deviations are happened. The deviations are explained by, what are the deviations? One is a codominancy and then in between of the two characteristics, intermediate characteristics, maybe there is a chance. Okay, epistasis, these and all, several deviations are there. And then multiple allelism, these and all deviation from the Darwin, Mendel's laws. So later they overcome these deviations by the proposing by the one new theory, that is a chromosomal theory. Now I will be say one of the simple concept here. Mendel only tells about genes. Mendel doesn't use any one single word regarding the chromosome in the 18th century. So in the 18th century, Mendel only proposing about the gene, what is their characteristics, only relation between the characteristics and gene. On that situation, Mendel and their supporting personalities does not know any chromosomal word, and chromosomal structure also doesn't know. Lack of proper techniques. Later when the 19th centuries came, some of the scientists rediscovered of the Mendel laws by the experimental way, by the using of the chromosomes. Because of after say within the 50 years gap, the new technology is applicable. Microscopes are evaluated. That by using of the microscope, they find out the chromosomal characteristics, chromosomal nature. So by using of the chromosomal examination, they rediscovered of Mendel laws. And then when they are explaining about the chromosomal theory and inheritance, they are given the relation between the linkase and recombinase. So up to now what I said about the principles of inheritance and variation, these topics are already taught by, or maybe it is going on, explained by our NRJ sir. In that same topic, zoology related portions are one is a sex determination and genetic disorders, and mutation and pedigree analysis. These concepts I will be explaining. Sex determination means what are the different organisms, what are the factors in the different organisms play an important role in the determination of the sex. Okay, whether what is the new offspring, okay, which organism is generated by the parents onwards, and the generated new baby, what type of characteristics, whether that is a male or a female, in the which time, which factors are playing important role in the determination of the sex. And then some of these sex related disorders, diseases also is there. Okay, you know, very well known in the 11th standard, our body wise we studied several physiological activities, physiologies, digestion and absorption, later breathing and exchanging, circulation, each and every physiological activity showing the something diseases, disorders, correct. Every chapter ending we studied, as like here genetically related some disorders also occurs in our body. So what are that reasons that we want to get clarity. And then mutation, what is the chances in the sudden changes in the body, what is the reasons why it is happens, that and all we will get it under mutations. And then pedigree analysis, a diagrammatic representation of our forefathers characteristics. Okay, history of our forefathers, nothing but in Tamil that we call as a Vamsa Vruksha. Okay, our fathers, forefathers, what is their characteristics, like that and all will be explained by the diagrammatic analysis, that is given the clarity in the pedigree analysis. So let me start our zoology portion regarding the sex determination. Anna, slow. Total. Okay, come Nana. See, sex determination mean a upcoming new baby, that character of the sex, whether male or female, in the which time it will be determined. Whether you remembered or not, just be recall a human embryonic development. In the human embryonic developmental time, sex determination in the human beings, already I said, I explained. Male gamete fusion with the female gamete. Which type of male gamete is a fusion to the female gamete? Because of always female reproductive system onwards, in the ovary onwards, every month only one egg will be delivered. Now that always in the same condition, similar condition. But male always producing the two type of sperm cells. One type of sperm cell may be containing with the X chromosome, another sperm cell containing the Y chromosome. So here oftenly, I mean here by birth itself, male as a heterogametic, male testis onwards, two type of gametes will be produced. So based on that fertilized sperm cell onwards, the sex determination will be dependent. So like that, several theories of different scientists proposing theories are giving a clarity to us, the sex determination of different individuals. Up to now we known about only human beings, but what is applicable in the human being, the same thing is not yet applicable to the remaining all organisms. That and all situated by the different factors. Sometimes environmental factor also very most important. Sir, what is the link between the environmental factor to sex determination? Yes, some of the aquatic animals sex determination depends upon the where they are located, whether that aquatic organisms are deep level of water or maybe surface of the water area. Based on that also, these type of concept we will learn in this video. See, sex determination, mechanism of sex determination, based on the several theories. Here sex determination proposing by the different scientists, one is a chromosomal based sex determination. First one, chromosomal based sex determination. Next one, genic balance theory. It is a balancing of the genes that I will tell. What is that? What type of genes are balancing? And haplodiploidy. Basically, we know one thing: diploid condition 2n condition and haploid condition n condition. Maximum every organism in the diploid condition. From that onwards, any gametogenesis wise, diploid onwards, haploid gametes will be produced. But here a mingling of haplo condition, diplo condition, diploid and haploid condition organisms also involving in the sex determination. I will explain. So first one by one we will see chromosomal sex determination. This chromosomal sex determination given by the proposing by the E.B. Wilson and Stevens. E.B. Wilson and Stevens. Scientist names are very important. In the NEET, one question regarding the scientist names. Okay, matching based questions maybe will be chance. And one question regarding the year based. Then, so by E.B. Wilson and then Stevens proposing the chromosomal theory. According to the chromosomal theory of sex determination, a individual of organism is containing with the cells having the or cells inside the nucleus consisting with the chromosomes. That chromosomes are partition or divided into the two categories. That chromosomes are autosomes and allosomes. Autosomes, allosomes. Here each and every chromosome contains several genes. Gene, you know, gene characteristic. Gene is responsible for one character. Gene is responsible for characteristics. So here that type of genes are located on the chromosomes. So here which of the chromosomes are involving in the general characteristics? Such a chromosomes we called as a autosomes. But some of the chromosomes involving in the sex related characteristics, nothing but male or female characteristics. So which of the chromosomes are involving in the sex related concepts, I mean sex related characteristics controlling, such a chromosomes we called as a allosomes. Okay, apart of that every chromosomes we call as a autosomes. Okay, so here at the time of that diploid condition organism, it is undergoing the gametogenesis, whether that is a male or female, whether male or female. That male or female onwards, some situationally basing on their diploid condition, basing on their chromosomal condition, they act as a heterogametic. That means heterogametic means which of the organism to produce the dissimilar gametes by the gametogenesis process, such a organisms we call as a heterogametic. This is the situation give to reveal the concept. Here human being is a heterogametic, human being male is a heterogametic na. Human being male is a heterogametic because of male sperm cells, 50% of the sperm cells are containing the X chromosome, 50% of the sperm cell containing with the Y chromosome. So here male act as a heterogametic. Simultaneously, if you take a female organism of human being, the female gender homogametic. Oftenly they are every menstruation cycle in the 14th day they are releasing the female gamete or secondary oocyte oocyte that totally in the same condition. Okay, same condition. So that is containing with the X chromosome, haploid condition. So female is a homogametic, male is a heterogametic. Now got the point. So now always this topic related with the chromosomes. What type of chromosomes? What type of? So that's why only we are giving the name as a chromosomal sex determination. Okay, right. See here, if you take under consideration of chromosomes, now we want to check number of chromosomes. How many number of chromosomes are there? That is a one type of analysis. And maybe sometimes male and female organisms are having the same number of chromosomes, but nature structure of chromosome is different. Nature structure of chromosome is different. Nothing but we are the best example for that. Here males and females both are human being species only. That human being species, any gender means either male or female, their cells containing the 46 chromosomes or 23 pairs of chromosomes. No deviation, no variation in number of chromosomes, but the variation we can find in structure of chromosomes. In the 23 pairs of chromosomes, first 22 chromosomes we called as a autosomes. The last 23rd pair is there na, that we called as a allosomes. If you take the last 23rd pair of allosome, in the female it is a XX condition. If it is a male, it is a XY condition. So number of chromosomes are not yet deviated, the same in both male and females, but structure of chromosome, two X chromosomes in female, one X, one Y chromosome in male, that is the differences. So here heterogametic time we should be understand about the how many number of chromosomes in the male and females, and what are the structure of chromosomes that we have to analyze. So based on that, these heterogametic may be male or may be female. Just in our brains we have the clarity about human sex determination, but we does not know other than human beings what is the factors, what are the different chromosomes that play an important role in the sex determination. Let me know about that one. If some of the organisms male act as a heterogamety, best example human being, so apart of that we want to know. So here one case, one type AAXX AAXO. Sir, what is this AAXX? The AA indicates autosomes, always diploid condition. So we taken AA2 and XX. Then AAXO. Here AAXX condition symbolic to the female, AAXO, O means zero, none, lack of missing of one sexual chromosome in the male. So the first differentiation here in the male and female, the number of chromosomes are differ. Here female, here they are having the one in the last set of chromosome in the diploid condition, but here in the last set of chromosome, male containing the last set of chromosome in the haploid condition, missing of one chromosome. On the time female onwards homogametic gametes will produce. So AAXX kadana, the segregation wise one type, one side AX, another side AX will come, but this side when you coming to the male, AX one side, A0, A0, okay, that is the one side. So two type of sperm cells are produced here, correct na? So now these two type of sperm cells, if it is mingled with either any one other thing, mingled with these ova, what type of sperm cell is fertile that these these egg, based on that sex determination will be chances. Such a type of sex determination we see in the grasshopper, that is a grasshopper example you should be remember. Okay, AAXX AAXO, this method type of sex determination in the grasshopper. And simultaneously another thing, AAXX and AAXY, here there is no change in the number of chromosomes, no variation. Here variation we will see in the structure of chromosome. Here 23 pairs of chromosomes in this also, same number of chromosomes also in the male. Okay, so what is the difference here? 2X chromosome, here 1X and 1Y. Such a type of sex determination we've seen in our body itself, human being itself. Okay, along with this Drosophila also play sex determination by this chromosomal theory of male heterogamy theory. So in the Drosophila also, female Drosophilas are in the condition of XY condition. So that is so here I mentioned different chromosomes in the male and females, and especially allosomes. Autosomes are same in the both male and females. Okay, so based on that allosomes only we given the name that is a sexual chromosomes. Okay, such a type of AAXX AAXY chromosomal sex determination we seen in the human being and then Drosophila. Here one statement we should be remember, that statement is male heterogamy condition, sexual determination depends upon the sperm cell. Which type of sperm cell is fertile? That ova. Not it depends upon the ova, because male is a heterogametic. That statement you should be remember. Then come to the next one. Up to now we learned about the male act as a heterogamy. If the male is act as a heterogamy means male organism onwards, two type of gametes will produce. In the same way, if you take female act as a heterogamy, so male always producing the same type of gametes, female onwards only two type of gametes will be produced. That type of sex determination chromosomal in the female heterogamy. That is the first example, AAZZ, AAZO, AAZZ, AAZO, these two. So here this is the male, first one is a male and then another one is a female. What is differ here? Here male having the one extra chromosome, one excess chromosome than the female. Here ZO indicates, O means it is not a chromosome, it indicates the lack of chromosome. So female number of chromosomes it's less than the male organism. So from the female onwards, ovum production time, they are producing the different type of ovas, two ovas. So there is a chances to sex determination, not a chance. Here the sex determination depends upon the fertilized ova. What type of ova is or ovum is fertilized by the male sperm cells. Because of male sperm cells or everything is the same condition. Such a type of sex determination we seen in the butterfly and moth, insects. Butterfly means nothing but Arthropoda class insects only na. Moth also insect na. So in the insects we can see in this type of sex determination, female sex determination, female heterogamy. Now here female heterogamy, female onwards two type of gametes will produce because based on the chromosomal structure is different. Okay, what is the differences between the here to there? Here means AAZZ, AAZO. Here AAZZ, AAZW. Here O I mentioned, here W. Here that OW indicates the chromosomes. Here O indicates lack of chromosomes. So differ from the number of chromosomes. Here structure of chromosome. Okay, the same thing what I explained here, male heterogamy, that only here I am explaining the female heterogamy, but I am using the male word instead of male word, I am using the female word. So female heterogamy in this second case, AAZZ, AAZW, chromosome number is same, chromosomal structure is different. So here female onwards AZ one gamete will produce and AW one more egg, one more ova will produce. Male onwards AZ, this is the sperm cell condition. So if this sperm cell, if it is fertile, that any one of the ova that will be decided to the sex determination of new organism. So what we discussed on the sex determination topic, we started that mechanism of sex determination time, several theories are proposing by the several scientists. Chromosomal sex determination, genic balance theory, in the genic balance theory proposing by the Bridges, and then chromosomal sex determination proposing by the Wilson and Stevens, and haplodiploidy, it is a William Hemlott that proposing by the haplodiploidy. This haplodiploidy we see in a honeybee, and Drosophila genic balance theory is seen in Drosophila melanogaster, and chromosomal theory explained by the several conditions, several cases, maybe in the male heterogamy and female heterogamy. Each and every type again we seen the two type of sex determination methods. Okay, regarding genic balance theory and haplodiploidy theories I will be explaining in the next continuation video. Let me wait up to continuation video. Thank you.